What's up, guys? We are live. It's 7 p.m. I'm a little bit late, but we're live. And you guys already know the reason why I've called this live stream is the same reason why I call most live streams, and that is we are dropping a brand new video on Friday at 9 a.m. I'm just putting my links in the comments. I've pinned them to the top. What's up? I can see everybody pouring in. How's everybody doing? So yeah, brand new video this Friday, 9 a.m. as per usual. Also, as per usual, I will be dropping the artwork for the song tomorrow at 9 a.m. So when No Lives Matter came out and I told you guys it was going to be crazy and it was going to break the internet and all that stuff, I told you guys that you could tune in a day early to see the artwork and you'd know what the song was going to be called and what the song was going to be about. So we're doing that again. If you want to tune in early, tomorrow at 9 a.m., you can find out what the song's going to be about, what the song's called, what this video is going to look like. So the artwork drops tomorrow at 9 a.m. and the video drops Friday at 9 a.m., the day after tomorrow. As always, there are two ways to see it. First, you can join the Hangover Gang newsletter, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Those are the two ways. Links to both of those things are pinned in the comments right now. If you see my pinned comment, give it a like. It'll push it higher up in the feed and make it easier for other people to find those links. If you want to join the Hangover Gang newsletter, all you have to do is click the link. It's the very top link in the list of links that are pinned in the comments right now. Click the top link, put in your email, hit enter, and you're done. And then this Friday morning, I will send out my newsletter. It will have a link to the video in there. It might have a discount code for merchandise. But the main thing is you'll be the first person to see the new video. So the people that are already subscribed to the Hangover Gang newsletter know that's where I send my MP3 downloads, my free MP3 downloads, my discount codes for the store, early access to tour tickets, early access to music videos, etc., etc., etc. And the people who are subscribed will have just got a discount code like a week ago, so they know all about that. But if you want early access to the video, join the newsletter. I guess the other thing that I can do to incentivize joining the newsletter is Black Friday is coming up and Cyber Monday is coming up. And I'm going to be dropping like 30 new Hangover Gang designs, new t-shirts, new hoodies, new hooters, new t-shirts, new sweatpants, new beanies, new hooters, everything. So if you join the Hangover Gang newsletter, you'll have first dibs on all the new Hangover Gang gear, which is going to be dropping on Black Friday. But we're not here to talk about Black Friday. That's just a little secret intel for you if you want to join the Hangover Gang newsletter. We're talking about new video this Friday at 9 a.m. So this video and this song are way different than No Lives Matter. But I feel like this might be one of the most special songs and videos that I've ever released. And you will definitely understand why on Friday at 9 a.m. when this video drops. You know, ever since we've been doing songs like People So Stupid and No Lives Matter, Politically Incorrect, Everybody Hates Me, those types of songs, we've always gotten the criticism like, oh, T-MacDonald's a clickbait rapper. He's just clickbaiting gimmicks. And it usually comes from people that are other artists that aren't doing as well as me, and their careers are subsequently failing, and they feel like they have to criticize me to make themselves feel better about their shortcomings. But if there was ever any doubt, if T-MacDonald's clickbaiting gimmicks, I'm going to put that all to bed Friday morning at 9 a.m. This is probably the most honest, authentic, real look at me and my life that I've ever given anybody, especially in a music video. So for that reason, this video on Friday and this song on Friday are really special, and they're really, really important to me, and I cannot wait to show them to you guys. So yeah, new video Friday, 9 a.m. The artwork drops tomorrow at 9 a.m. So if you feel like meeting me here tomorrow, We can all talk about what the song's called in the comments, and we can argue and piss and moan all day long if you want. So that's tomorrow at 9 a.m. The artwork drops. Friday, the music video drops. If you want to see the video early, join the Hangover Gang newsletter. Super simple. Click the link, enter your email, and you're done. If you don't use your email, subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you turn your notifications on, because we all know my storied history with YouTube and how much they hate my videos and how much they hate showing my videos to people. So click on the link that's pinned in the comments, subscribe to my YouTube, turn your notifications on, and you should be set. What else is there? A lot of people say that they've signed up for the Hangover Gang newsletter, but they don't actually get the newsletter. That's because I use a service to email everybody at the same time. I write one email, and then it goes out to everyone at the same time. So because of that, sometimes it goes to your spam folder. So check your junk inbox, check your spam folders, find the Hangover Gang newsletter, mark it as not spam, and it will forever go to your inbox and just make it easier for you to find, and you'll be able to reap the benefits of promo codes and early access to videos, etc., etc., etc. Okay, with all that said, I'm going to jump into the comments and do what we always do, which is a Q&A. So if you guys got any questions about music, about videos, about my life, about the music industry, about aliens, about Bigfoot, about anything that you want, drop your comment, drop your questions in the comment section. I'm going to start scrolling through here in like 2 seconds. I'll answer as many questions as I can, and we'll just spend some time hanging out, man. So let it rip. Start dropping your questions in the comments, and I'll start flipping through, and I'll answer as many as possible. Okay, Christina Segatin says, it changes a lot, but one of my favorite songs that you've released is Ashes. Do you have any songs similar to Ashes? As far as sort of like rocky songs go, I think Ashes is definitely one of them. There's a song called Famous that was off of my Ghost Stories album. That one's kind of rocky. And then I do have like a bunch of like sort of rock influenced stuff on the Ghost Stories album. There's a song called Culture Vulture that's like really heavy, like almost metal, like it's beyond rock. It's almost into like it's in the metal genre. But yeah, I definitely did some rock influenced stuff on the Ghost Stories album. Not so much on, you know what? Actually, on Gravestones, my new album, there's a song called Icon that's like super rock influenced. So yeah, there's songs similar to Ashes out there. They're just scattered, you know, few and far between. Nova's in the kitchen right now, and I can't see her. But today is Nova and I's 4-year anniversary. 4 fucking years we've been together. And we were like best friends for like 12 years prior to that. So, happy anniversary, babe.
Happy anniversary, babe.
I'm surprised that I survived 4 years without you killing me, and I'm very thankful to still be alive.
We'll see how long that lasts.
So, okay, I'm gonna do some more questions. I just thought it was important to. I gotta shout out Nova. Gotta shout out my better half. 4 years together. That's a pretty big milestone, man. I think my parents have been together for like 30 years or something. So we got a long way to go to beat that record. But 4 years is pretty fucking good. Definitely my longest relationship by probably about 4 years. So so pretty cool. Rachel Vincent says, any spirit activity going on lately again with you and Nova? Have we had any haunted stuff happen lately?
No.
We were both falling asleep the other day at like 3 a.m. and then one of my dogs farted, and we were like both half asleep, and it was like a really weird sounding fart. Like it sounded like a door was like creaking open. And it was like my 90-pound German Shepherd who's sleeping on the floor behind the couch right now. And he just let out this really like, and it was like a double fart. Like it went like, wah, wah. Like it was like two farts, like back to back. And we were like half asleep, and it was like 3 a.m. And I sat straight up in bed, and I was like, and Nova's like, what? And I started to wake up, and I was like, oh my God, I think one of the dogs farted. And then I went back to sleep. So, no further haunting activity lately. But if you guys are into the paranormal stuff and you're into like the haunted shit, a few weeks ago I dropped a storytelling video where I told the story of going to this abandoned town like way up north in Canada and shooting a music video there. And I just told the story of, it's one of the most haunted places in North America, and I told the story of us being there and experiencing that town, and it was like one of the most terrifying things in my life. But you'll be able to find that on this page. It's also on my YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel is pinned in the comments if you wanna hear the scary ghost story. Pat Haley says, do record labels harass you to sign? So they can silence you a lot? Not really. They don't like harass me, but they definitely, they hit us up. We've gone to like a couple meetings and stuff, and looked at a lot of paperwork and shit over the last couple years. Not that like we're even interested in signing anything, because obviously like we're fucking not. Like, nobody over here wants a record deal, but the benefit of going to these meetings and reading through the paperwork and stuff is a lot of the time you can get an idea of what these people value your publishing at, and what these people value your catalog at, and what these people just value you as an artist at. So it's always very interesting to like go to these meetings and read through the paperwork, and it's just like a smart thing to do business-wise to kind of figure out where you're at and what people think you're worth, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, sometimes we go to the meetings. I'm not trying to waste anybody's fucking time or anything, but I'm independently researching the music industry from within.
I'm going there to waste time.
You're going there to waste time?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, whatever. I mean, last time we went to a record label, we literally finished having the meeting, and then I walked into the lobby and took a selfie on my phone and then posted on Instagram and said, guess who just said no to a record deal, in the lobby of their fucking building, like 30 seconds after walking out of the guy's office. Kind of a dick move, but at the same time, it's like record labels are as close to being criminal as you could possibly get, so fuck them all. Fuck them all. Dadine Badillo says, would you do a feature with 6ix9ine? Would I do a feature with 6ix9ine? See, that's a really tough call. Because naturally, I just want to say no. Fuck 6ix9ine. And fuck mainstream rap. And fuck all that stupid music. But at the same time, like, I do have sort of an affliction with pissing people off. I love making people mad. And I feel like I'm pissing so many people off right now just by being myself. Imagine how many people I could piss off with 6ix9ine on a song. It would just be like astounding, the number of people I could piss off. But I'd honestly probably have to say no. Fuck mainstream rap. You already know. Rebecca Sibior says, what is the biggest thing on your bucket list that you still want to do? Biggest thing on my bucket list, before before I check out of this place for good, before I kick the bucket, before I punch my ticket, I'm definitely gonna get on WWE TV. That's the biggest thing on my bucket list. I think I either have to have a match at WWE, I have to get in the ring at WWE and be on TV. That's my thing. Because before I was a musician, you guys already know I was like a pro wrestler for like a long, long time. So, you know, get on WWE TV or maybe AEW TV or something like that. That'd be pretty freaking cool. Vaughn Taylor, what's up, Vaughn? Shout out to Vaughn and Jen. I'm sure they're here right now. Also, shout out to my folks and possibly my sister, but she is in the mountains skiing right now, so I highly doubt she's here. But just in case she is, shout out to my sister and my mom and my dad, and Vaughn and Jen. How am I doing today? Pretty good, man. With the exception of working my arse off every single day and being really tired, and then doing this live stream and realizing while I was talking to everybody at the beginning of this live stream about joining the Hangover Gang newsletter, I realized that I haven't written the fucking newsletter yet, and the video comes out in a day. So besides that little surprise that I gave myself because I've been working so hard that I somehow negated to write that newsletter, I have to write that newsletter tonight when I get off live. But besides that, pretty good. Yeah, there hasn't been any shortage of good days lately. And you guys know how, how up and down and back and forth and rocky my mental health has been for the last couple of years. But pretty good, man. Not too bad. It's been a good day. It's Nova and I's anniversary today. So Nova and I hung out this morning and drank coffee outside and listened to music that we made like a couple years ago. And it was just a nice little trip down memory lane, and I just took a day off of being in the studio, and we just worked together from the couch, and it was a pretty good day. It was a pretty good day. I'm going to have to find a way to give you guys this music that Nova and I made, because a few years back, I was just nobody at the time, and I had no following and no views and no fans and no shows and just nothing. And Nova was actually doing like half decent. She was at the tail end of her record deal, and she was kind of miserable about how the record labels treated her and the things that they did with her music. So she had just broken away from that, and I had just moved to California. So Nova and I sat down over the course of like 3 or 4 weeks and recorded like a whole album together. That's actually when we started dating, is while we were recording this album. We had a band together called GFBF, and we wrote an entire album. And then literally, like, this thing got mixed, it got mastered. We were putting the content together to release this album. And then all of a sudden I put out Dear Rappers and my stuff exploded. And then we had to put out Hellevant, we had to put out White Boy, we had to put out Politically Incorrect and Castles, and that massive push that I went on. Like when Dear Rappers went viral, I had to keep up with that. And I had to continually release songs and videos, which put Nova and I's album on the back burner, and it's just been sitting on our computer for like 2 years. And we sat down this morning because it was our anniversary, and we were drinking coffee outside listening to that album, and we were both just like blown away by it. So come hell or high water, one way or another, I'll figure out how to get you guys that album. So you can hold me to that. But before we release that new album, we're gonna release my brand new video. This Friday, 9 a.m., we just spoke about it. But if you just joined here, you should know that I'm dropping a brand new music video this Friday at 9 a.m. And tomorrow at 9 a.m., I'm dropping the artwork for that video. So meet me here tomorrow at 9 a.m., you'll find out the name of the song, and then meet me here on Friday at 9 a.m., and I'll drop the video. And if you want to see the video before everybody else, I'm not going to go into a big long tangent. I'll just quickly say the links are posted in the comments. They're pinned to the top. Click the link, join the Hangover Gang newsletter, subscribe to my YouTube. Those are your 2 ways to see Friday's new video early. There's also links in there to my Instagram, my Twitter, my Spotify if you want to stream my stuff. And there's a link to get autographed albums from my website. You can't see right now, but behind this couch, I have like 5 or 6 boxes just stacked up. Here, let me just turn it. Let's see, maybe I'll just lift this thing up. See these cardboard boxes? Right there. That's Nova. That's the girlfriend. She's making food. These are cardboard boxes. And they're full of albums. So I'm gonna sit down tonight, I'm gonna autograph a bunch of them, and then I'm gonna put them in the mail and send them out to you guys. So if you want an autographed album, or you want a ski mask, or you want a t-shirt, or you want music video memorabilia, or anything else, www.hangovergang.com. That link is pinned in the comments. Help yourselves to the autographed albums, ski masks, t-shirts, etc. So, I think we probably have a lot of new people here since No Lives Matter dropped. A lot of new people showed up from No Lives Matter, so it is worth mentioning. I usually have my CDs with me. Hey babe, I'm sure everybody here would really like me to hold up the albums that I autograph. Like I do every single live stream. No. If you go in the studio and you go behind the
In my studio?
No, my studio. Behind the curtains. Go behind the curtains and grab those CDs there. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. It must have been about CDs. If you want autographed CDs, Hangover Gang. Oh, that's what I was talking about. There's a lot of new people here since No Lives Matter. Hey, come here. Come sit, take a seat. There's a lot of new people here. Your head is huge.
Stop!
I'm just kidding. I always bug Nova about having a huge head, so she sits behind me and leans back to shrink the size of her head.
Look how pretty I am back here. What am I here for?
I was just gonna tell it because there's so many new people here since No Lives Matter dropped. I thought it was worth mentioning that both of these people that you see here right now, this is the entire team. We do everything.
Yeah.
I make the beats, I write the songs, Nova writes some of the choruses, Nova shoots the videos, we edit them together, we release them together, we design all the merchandise together, we do all the digital design together, we autograph the albums, put them in envelopes, put stickers on them and send them to your houses together. This is the whole team.
It's literally date night. You're literally talking about all date nights.
It's date night.
Okay.
Every date night, I sign albums and Nova puts them in envelopes and prints labels and we send them to you guys. So
4 years.
for 4 years, that's the grind. We've been doing it. I made a 4-year anniversary post on Instagram today, and I just kept thinking to myself, what the fuck have we done for the last 4 years besides signed albums and put them in envelopes? Like, fuck me. But yeah, if you're new here, it's worth mentioning, man. We're the entire operation. It's just me and my girlfriend and a couple little dogs around here that don't really do fuck all. Why? You're not pulling your weight, Henry. You haven't been signing any albums and putting them in envelopes. Why is that? You just walk around the house all day, eat food, piss on the floor when nobody lets you outside, and sleep on my pillow at night. So I don't have no room. You're not pulling your weight. But this is it. This is all of us. So if you're new here, I just wanted you to know, this is truly the definition of independent. I came to the United States 6 years ago on a boat with my family. We survived off 1 can of green beans for a month. No, but seriously, I moved to the United States 6 years ago. My dad gave me $1,000, and before I got on the plane, he said, you have one job when you go to America, and your one job is to live up to your potential. And I came here with $1,000 and those words from my dad in my head, and here we are 4 years later, getting hundreds of millions of views and talking to thousands of people on live stream, and it's fucking seriously like the American dream. It's amazing. America's the greatest country in the world. There's no There's no debating it. I don't care. I'm from Canada and I love Canada. I'm always gonna love Canada. United States is the greatest fucking country on earth. Period. I forgot that I was doing a question and answer and I just riffed.
What the fuck is the question?
I don't know. I don't remember what the question was. I just riffed for 45 minutes about being an immigrant.
Oh, America.
America, motherfucker. Cool question. It don't matter. America fucking rules, bud. Okay, so I'll get back into the questions. Let's get it. Okay, Brian Laws says, would you ever do music more year anniversary with artists that are not as big? I have no idea what the fuck that means. Would you ever do music more year anniversary with artists that are bigger? It sounds like I'm having a fucking stroke trying to read your question, Brandon Laws. Would I ever do music with an artist not as big as me? I make music with my girlfriend all the time. Shots fired, motherfucker.
It's okay.
What, you got a diss track brewing?
No, I know you're.
Shut up and make that dinner. Shut up and make that dinner. Shut up. Shut up. Oh, she's definitely gonna have a diss track now. I love you. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, I have some top secret stuff I'm working on right now with artists smaller than me. That's all I can say about that. Daniel Gast says, are you a middle child? Are you an only child? Where did you grow up? What's the craziest thing you've done for attention? Oh God. The craziest thing I've done for attention. Have you seen my fucking Instagram, brother? I reset that bar every day, my friend. Middle child, no. I am the oldest child. I have a younger sister. Where did you grow up? I grew up in a very small town in British Columbia in Canada. It was called Mission. And then I moved from there to Edmonton in the prairies where I met Nova. And then Nova moved across the country to the East Coast of Toronto and then down to New York. And I moved to Vancouver, which is a big city in Canada. And then Nova moved to California, and then shortly thereafter, I moved to California, and we ended up together, and now we're here. So I've spent the last almost 10 years in the United States. I spent the beginning portion of my life bouncing around different places in Canada. Here you go. Phil Venn says, who are your favorite artists / bands? Much love from Sydney, Australia. Happy anniversary to you and Nova. Thank you, Phil. I can't wait to get out to Australia when this pandemic's done and see you guys and rage at some shows and have a blast. Who are my favorite artists, bands? I've told you guys before, huge classic rock guy. Love Zeppelin, love Pink Floyd, love Steppenwolf, love Joe Cocker, love Deep Purple. You know who I've been listening to a lot lately? This is fucking weird. But like, I have just rediscovered Nickelback.
Your voice cracked.
Like 3 weeks ago, I was working out and I had my phone on like autoplay or something and Nickelback came on. And then I was working out and I was like, fuck, you remember Nickelback, man? And then I listened to nothing but Nickelback for like a fucking week. And then one day I just walked into the living room and I was like, you know what, Nova? And she's like, what? And I was like, I'm pretty fucking sure that Nickelback is one of the greatest bands of all time. I'm pretty fucking sure. I've been listening to their music. The writing's impeccable. The melodies are fire. It's got big drums, loud guitars. They're fucking awesome. They're just really like fucking hillbilly and not even hillbilly. They're just like rednecky, like Canadian oil rig working, fuck yeah, like kind of shit. And I think they got so big so fast that people have started to hate them because when people get big fast, they get a lot of hate. And I was one of those people who was like, man, fuck Nickelback. Nickelback's trash. I hate Nickelback. Yo, turns out all I needed was a 5-year break and to forget about Nickelback, because it's the fucking Nickelback renaissance over here, and I fucking love Nickelback. So Led Zeppelin and Nickelback has to be my answer. Led Zeppelback. That would be such a fire collab. Yo, I'm trying to get Chad Kroeger on a song, okay? I told Nova, I want to get Chad Kroeger on a song. And she was like, oh, you should hit up Chad Kroeger. He'll definitely get back to you. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Chad Kroeger is like a super duper star. There's no way. And she's like, what? Like, Nickelback's not that big. I haven't heard from them in forever. We went on Chad Kroeger's Instagram. He's got like 6 million fucking followers. Chad Kroeger is not writing Tom MacDonald back, okay? But I really want the Chad Kroeger feature. I never do this. If you're out there and you want to hear Tom MacDonald and Chad Kroeger of Nickelback, you want to hear us tear something up, go to Chad Kroeger. I'm extending an olive branch right now, babe.
I see that.
I'm extending an olive branch to Chad Kroeger. Chad, if you're out there watching this right now, you probably are. And if you are, just consider doing a song with me. And if you're out there and you know who Nickelback is and you're not Chad Kroeger, go to Chad Kroeger's Instagram and just blow him the fuck up and just tell him that he needs to do a song with Tom MacDonald, okay? It's a plan. Okay, what else we got going on here? Matthew Rayleigh says, you ever plan on working with other artists? You and Mike Shinoda, maybe? I just talked about collabing with Nickelback. I think Nova knows Mike Shinoda. Do you know Mike Shinoda?
Yeah, remember I was like sitting there for lunch with the guy from Sum 41?
Come tell your story.
Okay, hold on.
Nova knows Mike Shinoda. Mike Shinoda is from Lincoln Park.
I have saltfish all over my fingers.
Tell your story, babe.
Okay, this is the craziest thing that ever happened to me.
Speak louder, babe.
The lead singer from Sum
Use your diaphragm.
Oh God, shut the fuck up, Thomas.
Okay,
the
go.
lead singer from Sum 41 hit me up like years ago because he wanted to work on songs together. So I went to meet the lead singer from Sum 41 at this like Le Pen Quotidien, like just like one of those cafe things. And we were sitting out front and fucking this guy walks up and I was like, oh, who is that? I know that guy. And then I realized it's freaking Mike Shinoda. So then I'm like sitting there with the guy from Sum 41 and Mike Shinoda's right there. And I introduced them.
Mike Shinoda knew who she was. He was like, oh my God, like Nova Rockefeller, you're tight. That's fucking crazy. That's pretty tight. Nathaniel Grindstaff says, how long have you been sober and clean? When was your last drink? I don't even remember when my last drink was. I'm not like, a lot of people hit me up on that all the time and they say like, how long have you been sober, and like, and when did you get clean, and blah 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 blah. But like, it wasn't really like that for me. It wasn't like so cut and dry. I didn't go to meetings. I didn't have like a sober date. I like didn't do any of that shit. Like what happened to me was I was just drinking and partying and fully functional like for a long time, and like making music and getting drunk and having fun. It was like not a big crazy thing. I was just drinking a lot consistently for a long time. And then what ended up happening was I had like this mental breakdown and almost died and had to go back to Canada and live with my mom. And I stayed with my mom for like 9 months and just kind of rehabbed myself back to health, went to therapy, went to doctors, got put on medication, started meditating, reading books, researching the way that I was feeling and all that type of stuff. And the day that I had the mental breakdown, which I pretty much just lost my mind one day and was just overcome with like depression and anxiety and confusion, and it was just really terrifying and ugly. Like that day moving forward, I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking weed, stopped partying, everything. I stopped talking to my friends on the phone. I stopped eating. I stopped sleeping properly. I stopped everything. And then I slowly started to talk to people again over the course of 9 months. And I slowly started to go outside. And I slowly started to start exercising again. And I slowly started reading and meditating and blah, 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 blah. And started phasing things back into my life. The things I never phased back in were really drinking and smoking weed and partying and shit like that. But once in a while, over the course of the last 4 years, I've had a drink. Like on Valentine's Day, we went out for Valentine's Day supper, and I had a glass of wine or something. And there's been some times where we were celebrating an album release or something really crazy in life, and we had a glass of champagne or some shit like that, and it was just totally fine. Like those things I'm not triggered by like, oh, I have to drink because I've had one drink. I literally almost lost my life to a mental breakdown as the result of drinking for a long time. So that's as much of a reason as I need. I have no desire to get drunk anymore. I just don't. So I have no idea when the last time I had a drink was. I've probably had 5 or 6 drinks over the last 4 years, but that's like really it. Like I have like you guys know I'm a huge like Stone Cold Steve Austin fan, right? So Stone Cold Steve Austin he has his own beer. So I have a bottle of Steve Austin's beer that I've been carrying around with me for literally like 3 years. And I'm just like waiting for the moment. Maybe one day we're gonna win a Grammy and maybe like some big rap star would pop a bottle of champagne and throw a bunch of money in the air. But when we win the Grammy, I'm going to crack open that Stone Cold Steve Austin's beer and maybe I'll have a sip out of that. So, I don't know. It's literally been years, but I don't count it. I don't have a sober date. I have no idea how long it's been since I drank. And that's just the way that I like it. I don't like counting shit and keeping things structured and whatever. I'm good. I have no desire to drink and I'm fine. So, Amy Walker says, what is your workout routine? Do you do aerobics or bodybuilding type of workout? I do a bodybuilding type of workout, but I do it in a circuit. So, I used to just straight do bodybuilding because I was a pro wrestler and I used to hang out with a lot of bodybuilders and stuff like that. So I used to do just bodybuilding workouts. But these days, like I'm not working out to get big. I'm not working out to get strong. I'm not working out to be ripped or jacked or heavy. I'm just working out just to feel good, like mentally. It just helps me get me through my days. And that relates back to the mental health stuff we were talking about. So I work out like a bodybuilder, but I do it in a circuit. So I do like 4 or 5 of these circuits every morning and that's it. And like I said, I'm not doing it for any other reason but to feel good and healthy and positive mentally, and that's really it. Getting into decent shape has just been a happy byproduct of feeling good mentally. So. Dusty Wayne says, have you ever thought about doing a collab with Tech Nine? A collab with Tech Nine would be cool. I've talked to Chris Calico like quite a few times, and we've talked about working on some music together. It hasn't come to fruition yet, but maybe at some point in time it will. I just have this problem where I haven't been able to be in the studio a lot lately because my studio was full of boxes when I released my last album, so I couldn't record. And then I moved and my studio wasn't set up for weeks, and it's still not fully set up now. And when I am in the studio, it's like I make the beats and write and record the songs, right? So by the time I've made a beat, which has taken, 4 or 5 hours, I've already conceptualized the song in my head. I've already been scribbling lyrics in my phone. I already have ideas. So there's not much stopping me from finishing the beat and then hitting record and just reading on my phone. So by the time I'm done making a beat, I usually have all the verses and a concept worked out. So it's just, my creative process lends itself really well to somebody who's alone. So by the time my process is complete, the song's usually done and there's not room for anybody else to be on it. So, and beyond that, like, this music shit is like super personal for me. I don't really have any desire to work on music with other people. It's something that I do to alleviate my stress and to help me personally. And doesn't leave a lot of room for me to collab. Not saying that it won't ever happen, but it's just not happening right now. Rachel Harold says, if there is anyone that you could sit down with for an hour and have lunch with, who would it be and why? Nova, if there was somebody that you could sit down for an hour and have lunch with, who would it be?
You, fuck, can you stop?
I knew it. I knew she was going to say me. She said me. What a sweetheart. If I could sit down and have lunch with somebody for an hour, do you know who it would be?
Stone Cold.
It'd be Stone Cold Steve Austin. Nova knows me way too well. I love you more than I love Steve Austin, but I sit around and do things. Of course I love you more than I love Stone Cold. Of course I do. But we sit around and talk for an hour all the time.
Thomas, you think talking is like planning a music video shoot or having me design a bunch of things for you on our anniversary?
Talking is planning a music video shoot. You couldn't plan a music video shoot without talking, could you?
It's different.
How is it different?
Well, I want to just talk about how pretty your eyes are.
Well, if it's any consolation, if I sat down with Steve Austin, I'd be definitely talking to him about getting him in a music video. So I'd be having the same conversation with either one of you. Brian M. Gildner says, did you make the song sober knowing the positive effect it would have on people? I don't know. Like, my whole philosophy about the music is I made music for a long time that didn't have a purpose. I made music and made rap music for a long time about the same shit that everybody else makes songs about. The guns and the girls and the drugs and the cars and the parties and the money and all the bullshit. I made songs about that for a long time. Then I had like that huge mental breakdown, which we spoke about, and I learned what was important to me and who was important to me and who I wanted to reach with my music. And I realized that the guns and drugs and cars and money and parties and alcohol and bullshit was not important to me anymore. And I realized that by going to therapy, by meditating, by researching, all these things that were helping me, I realized that making music helped me the most. And making songs that were important to me helped me, and then I put them out into the world and they helped other people. And when I realized that I could help myself, I could help other people with music by helping myself with music, I realized that that's really like the objective here. So I don't make songs that don't need to exist anymore. That's it. If a song doesn't need to exist, if it doesn't have a place in this world, I don't make that song. I made Sober because I knew it was important to me. It was an important thing in Nova's life. It was an important thing in Mad Child's life. It was an important concept to all of us. And I knew that, you know, we actually cried while writing that song. All three of us together in the studio, writing our verses. We're crying, listening to one another's shit. So I just knew that, like, getting those songs out of us helped us, and putting it into the world more than likely would help other people. So did we make the song knowing that it would affect people positively? I think we knew on some level that that song would affect people. We didn't make the song purposely to affect people. We made it for ourselves, to help us. And like I said, when you make music that helps you, you make music that helps everybody. So that's how Sober got made, and that's the story behind that. I'm just flipping through here looking for some questions. Les questions. Bo Eberly says, hey, do you follow UFC? If so, what's your favorite fighter? Mine is the Diaz brothers. I think we talked about this last live stream. I don't really watch the UFC. I watch pro wrestling, and it's not because I don't appreciate the sport or respect the athletes and the talent. Nothing but respect for the athletes and the talent that are in mixed martial arts. Nothing but respect for the athletes and the talent of the people that are in boxing. But I choose to watch pro wrestling. It's more entertainment for me. I like the costumes. I like the stories. I like all that shit. I just do. It's like it's the fighting and you get like a soap opera at the same time. I just really love that. That's what's entertaining to me. Not to mention that like not everybody that likes UFC is like this, but largely the UFC like fan base ruined UFC for me. Because I don't know if you guys remember this, but UFC used to do like their big fights in bars and clubs and shit. And everybody would go to the bar and drink beer and eat wings and watch the UFC fight. And every time that I did that, I just found myself surrounded by a bunch of macho assholes wearing UFC shirts that think that because they watch mixed martial arts on TV and they wear a tap out shirt, that there's some sort of fucking fight expert and they're like the toughest guys in the world. And that shit was just like so fucking, that shit just turned me off of the whole thing. I was like, yo, I can't hang out with all these fucking meatheads and watch this shit, or I'm gonna become one of these fucking morons. Like, I just can't do it. So, you know, and not the whole fan base is like that. Obviously, there's a lot of regular, intelligent, everyday people that watch UFC. But especially when it started out, it was just like a bunch of fucking idiots that like only work out arms in the gym, wear UFC tap out shirts that are three sizes too small, and fucking yell at the TV about what they would have done if that guy had put them in a full mount. And I'm just like, yo, shut the fuck up. I can't even handle that shit. So yeah, lots of love and respect to the athletes and the people that make UFC possible. The fan base really fucking shut it down for me. DJ Shrevell says, is it possible to have my CDs not signed? My OCD wants my copies to be plain Jane retail. Dude, you're the first person that's ever asked me not to autograph their album. That's so crazy. You know what? On the website, every single album is advertised as being autographed. And if you want one of my 2 new albums, Flowers for the Dead or Gravestones, hangovergang.com. The link is pinned in the comments. You could also get my first 2 albums, Death Threats and Ghost Stories, all autographed, hangovergang.com. Or you could get my Killing the Neighbors collab album, autographed by me and Madchild, hangovergang.com. Or Nova snuck this into my stack once again. NovaRockefeller.com. Happy anniversary, babe.
Thanks, Dick.
You son of a bitch. Nobody's ever requested to have an unsigned CD before.
They have to get the personalized.
I'm a little bit insulted. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit fucking insulted by that. But here's what you can do. This is the best solution I have for you. Because everything on the website is advertised as autographed, and there'd be no way for you to tell me that you don't want your album autographed. You son of a bitch. But what you can do is, there's options for personalized albums. You can get a personalized Ghost Stories, you can get a personalized Death Threats, you can get a personalized Flowers for the Dead, or you can get a personalized Gravestones album. So my best advice would be to get the personalized copy, and then in the box where it says, how would you like your album personalized, write, do not sign my CD because I don't want your fucking autograph, Tom MacDonald, and then I won't sign it, and we're good to go. Hangovergang.com. Here we go, back into the questions. Nicholas Stilkey says, is there any places in the world in particular that you'd like to visit? You know what, man? I've been a lot of fucking places. I've been all across Canada, all across America, all across Europe and the United Kingdom. I really want to go to Sweden. I want to go to Sweden and I want to go to Switzerland. I don't know what, like I look at pictures of Sweden and Switzerland on my Instagram all the time. I've like literally have like 800 posts saved. Every time I see a beautiful picture of like Sweden or Switzerland, I save it to my phone. I just like looking at it. It's just so fucking beautiful. It looks calming. I want to go there. Also, like being that I spent the first half of my life in Canada, which I love very much, Canadians. I know I said that America's the greatest country in the world, but I still love Canada and I still love all my Canadians. Please don't be mad at me. I just really fucking love America too. But growing up in Canada, like I always got to go skiing and snowboarding and camping and be in the snow and shit like that. And my sister's in the mountains right now snowboarding, and she's sending me all these photos and videos of her snowboarding in the snow. And obviously she's snowboarding in the snow. She's not fucking snowboarding down a dirt fucking hill. But I miss the fucking snow. So maybe I'll go to the fucking Swiss Alps or the French Alps or whatever the fuck those Alps are called. The Alps. I'll go to the Alps, somewhere where there's snow. I want to sit in a place with a fireplace and look out a giant fucking glass window at snow falling into a forest. And I want to put on my fucking snow pants and my boots. And I want to go skiing and I want to go snowboarding. And I just want to fuck around in the snow. So if I had the opportunity to go anywhere in the world right now, one place, I'd probably just pick the most exotic location on the planet where there's a shit ton of snow. That's it. Even the background on my computer, on my laptop is snow. The background on my phone is snow. I really fucking miss the snow. If you want to make me the happiest person ever, put me in a fucking snowy ass cabin in the woods and send me a fucking Nickelback CD and I'll be good. Nathaniel Grindstaff said, how does all my comments never get called on? Well, that was pretty fucking meta, wasn't it? What are you going to do now, Nathaniel? Your comment's been called on, my friend. And you didn't even ask a good question. You wasted the first question of yours that I've ever read on asking me, why don't I answer your questions? That was a fucking poor use. That was a poor use of your time here. Jake Pruitt says, who is your main tattoo artist? What are some of your favorite tattoos in their meetings? What tattoos plans do you have for the future? Dude, if this pandemic wasn't going on right now and it was safe to sit a foot away from somebody and have them repeatedly stab me with a needle, I'd be fucking just covered in tattoos right now. So as soon as this shit's lifted and that's safe, I'm gonna be getting tons of work done. I talk about this all the time though. I don't have a main tattoo artist. I've got tattoos from a shit ton of different people all over the world. I'm kind of like a collector. I don't look at it as like one giant art piece. I just get things from people that I like along the way. Some of my favorite tattoos are done by my friends. Like, here. Oh, I'll show you. Damn, I'm looking jacked. You need to go watch some fucking UFC and eat some wings, man. This one, this like chief, like this is a medicine man. He's got like feathers in his hair, this skull. This was done by a good friend of mine. This Molotov cocktail was done by a good friend of mine. The devil with the axe in his head, done by a good friend of mine. I did this one on my hand myself. This was done by a good friend of mine. This one was done in New York City at like 1 a.m. That might be one of my favorite tattoos. Like I was laying down in a tattoo shop in New York City at like 1 a.m, pouring rain outside. And I just remember it so vividly, like the birthplace of punk rock. And there was like a punk rock club next door, and there was a punk rock band playing, and like the punk rock was just seeping through the fucking walls into the tattoo studio, and I could hear it over top of the needle sounds. And I was just laying there with my eyes closed, and he was tattooing my arm, and I was just like, shit, I'm in fucking New York City. It's 1 a.m. I got a punk rock band playing next door. This is the coolest fucking thing ever. And these 3 tarot cards were read by a psychic in Central Park that Nova and I met that day. And yo, I'm not like big on like psychic readings and fortune tellers and this kind of bullshit, but this guy was fucking special, man. Like, it was weird. Like, I saw him from across the park, and I was like, who is that guy? Then we walked up to him and started talking to him, and he read our cards and told us some shit about ourselves and each other and our relationship and our careers and shit like that. And it was just really fucking mind-blowing. And I just loved it, like the things that he said. And then we all went and got the different things that he said to us tattooed on us that night. So that's definitely one of my favorite tattoos. My other favorite tattoos are just, they're not great artwork. I don't have a lot of really amazing artwork tattoos. I just have tattoos that were done by important people at important times in my life, and tattoos that mean something to me. And that's really what it's all about, you know what I mean? So, yeah, tough question to answer, but there you have it. Julio Cadwell Ribeiro says, would you ever do a song with Eminem? You guys would steal the spotlight. Bro, I would do a song with Eminem in a fucking heartbeat. You would have to be the craziest white rapper on the planet to turn down a song with Eminem. That would just be fucking ridiculous. Of course I would. That'd be fucking... That's would be a dream come true. I don't know if you guys... how many live streams you've been to, but I've told the story of how I started rapping and what motivated me to start rapping and how it all began. And, loved hip-hop, fell in love with hip-hop, with Tupac and shit like that. But when Eminem came out, that's when I had my aha moment where I was like, holy shit, I could do that. So like many white rappers, my career essentially started with Eminem kicking that fucking door down. And, making footprints that we're all walking in still today. Hold on. Eric Lynch said, you're awesome, brother. Do you get mad that people think you're already in with a record label? Do people think that I have a record deal? I've heard a lot of criticisms over the last couple years about my music and about the things I say in my music and about my videos. And I've heard a lot of people talk a lot of shit. I honestly don't think that I've ever heard anybody accuse me of having a record deal. But, I mean, I think it's pretty fucking easy to see that there's no record deal here. If I had a record deal... just look at the songs I've released in the last year. No Lives Matter would not exist. People So Stupid would not exist. White Boys, Straight White Male, If I Was Black, Politically Incorrect. These songs would not exist if I had a record deal. So, no, it doesn't upset me. It doesn't bother me at all. It's a little bit frustrating that it takes away from all of the hours and extremely hard work that myself and Nova put in. That's a little frustrating. But it's so easily disproven that it's just like... it's like people saying that I'm in the Illuminati. It's just so... it's just so fucking... so much bullshit that it's like not even worth getting upset about it. You know what I mean? Nova has been cooking. Nova grew up in like spent a lot of years growing up in Jamaica. So there's a dish in Jamaica called saltfish. What is it? Ackee and saltfish that she used to love when she was living in Jamaica. So being our anniversary, she's made ackee and saltfish for dinner, and I can just smell the fish. And I just thought, I don't know why, but I just felt like telling you about it. Is it ready?
Yeah, I need you to do the scary part.
Oh, you need me to cook the dumplings because you're scared of starting oil fires.
Yeah.
I mean, the last person in this house that started an oil fire was me, so.
You're more equipped to deal with it.
Nova's really terrified of fire. Like, that's like her big fears, like fire. And she has to cook these dumplings in oil, and she's scared she's gonna start an oil fire. But, funny story, the last person in this house that started an oil fire was me. Because my dogs are like hella spoiled, okay? And they like won't eat canned food, they won't eat dry food, they won't eat fuck all. And it's like, a lot of people say, oh, just leave them with the dry food. They'll eat it eventually when they're hungry. No, the fuck they won't. These dogs will not eat for a week if you're not giving them something that they like. And when they're not eating, they're miserable. And they're walking around the house bitching and complaining all day long. So what I've had to do to combat this is I buy like pounds of ground beef. And then I put the ground beef in a pan and I put it in the oven and I cook a whole shit ton of ground beef all at once. And then I put it in Ziploc bags and I mix it in with their dry food and trick them into eating their dry food with just like a little bit of ground beef in it. So like 3 weeks ago, I'm cooking the dogs the ground beef and it's done, but ground beef like creates a lot of liquefied fat when you cook it. And then the fat sits inside the pan with the beef. And I use this really shallow fucking pan. So I got this pan in the oven, the beef's cooked, it's full of fucking grease from the beef. I reach into the oven and grab the pan, and when I pull it out, I pulled it out at an angle, and I dumped like half a liter of fucking grease into the gas stove. And it just like fucking exploded in my face. Like all this fire was just like it was like 7 feet tall. And it was burning, and I was like standing there holding this beef, looking at the fire, and I kept expecting that the fire was gonna go out. I was like, this fire must go out at any moment here. And the fire just didn't fucking go out, it just kept burning. And it was like 7 feet tall, and I'm standing there with this beef, and I'm like, holy shit, like, I can't call Nova because Nova's terrified of fire. Nova's sitting in the next room over, like, watching TV, and I haven't made a fucking sound. It's just fire, and I'm just standing there like, holy shit. So she has no idea this fucking fire is raging next door to her. So I run over and I put the beef on the counter and I grabbed a couple rags and I was gonna go back and beat the fire down. And by the time I got back, the fire had disappeared and it went out. I guess it burned all the grease. But you tell me, you're scared of fire. You're Nova, okay? You're my girlfriend. Imagine this. Put yourself in Nova's shoes. You're my girlfriend and you're scared of fire. But you have to cook with oil today. And you're enlisting the guy who started a 7-foot fucking bonfire in your kitchen cooking dog food. That's not the guy you want cooking your dumplings. But I'm gonna do it. And I should probably do that soon because it is our anniversary and I don't want the saltfish and the ackee to get too cold and then Nova will be upset that she created her favorite dish ever for our anniversary and I was live streaming for 2 hours talking about Nickelback and blah, 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 blah. All the things that girls complain about. So maybe, somebody just said salt will smother the fire. Well, you're 3 weeks late on that, but I do appreciate that because I'm about to.
I'm gonna have a giant thing of salt now.
Yeah, Nova's gonna have like a giant bowl of salt just like standing behind me while I'm cooking these dumplings now. Just ready to fucking douse the flames. So I appreciate that, thank you. I think baking soda works as well because after I almost burnt the fucking house down, I Googled it because I thought, this might be a reoccurring thing in my life. This might be a recurring thing where I just light things on fire on accident. So I need to know how to put out different types of fires. And I found that baking soda usually helps too. I also bought a fire extinguisher. These are just important things. When you're 31 years old, you need to own a fire extinguisher.
32.
I'm 32 now? Yo, seriously, I always fucking forget that I turned 32. When you're 32 years old, you need a fire extinguisher, and you need to be able to put out a variety of different fires with the fucking quickness. These things become more and more important as you get older. Because I've got dumber over time, and I feel like there's more higher fires ahead of me than there are behind me at this point. So, anyways, I'm going to go help Nova cook this meal. I feel like I did a lot of rambling today, and I only answered like half as many questions as I usually answer because I started going off on tangents and telling stories and shit, so I apologize for that. I know a lot of you guys have put your questions in the comments. I'll do another one of these next week, and I won't have a brand new video dropping on Friday because I got a new video dropping this Friday at 9 a.m. Next week, I'll just do a straight question and answer, and I'll try not to ramble, and I'll rattle off as many questions as I humanly can. This was fun. I hope you guys had fun. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., the artwork for the new video is dropping. Be here or be... Oh, the saying is be there or be square. Be here or be queer, bud. Be here, be queer. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Oh, they're going to let me have it for that one, aren't they?
Yeah, babe, shut up.
Oh, the cancel culture is real, man. Not allowed to say queer anymore. Be there, be square. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., I'm dropping the artwork for the video that's dropping Friday at 9 a.m. I'm very excited. I hope you're excited. If you want to see the video before anybody else, click the links that I have pinned to the top. You can join the Hangover Gang newsletter, or you subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can go to my website and get any of these 100% independently created autographed albums. I'll put them in envelopes, I'll put a sticker on it, and I'll send it to your house. Hangovergang.com. Also, because it's our anniversary, you can go to NovaRockefeller.com and get Nova's album or any of her merchandise as well. But go to HangoverGang.com first and get what you want, and then whatever you have left over, then go to Nova's website and get her stuff. She's just dead quiet right now. That joke missed its mark. It's not a joke. Go to Hangover Gang first. And
no, go to NovaRockefeller.com. Don't even go to Hangover Gang.
Nobody can see you, man. Don't jump too hard. You don't wear bras, and if that shirt comes up on live stream. Anyways, this was fun, guys. Brand new video, Friday, 9 a.m. Artwork drops tomorrow. Be here, be queer, be there, or be square. However you want to put it. Either way works. Just be here. Watch the video. I'm going to need you guys. Get ready now. Before I have to ask you 1,000 times in 3 days to watch and share the video, get your sharing fingers ready and share the hell out of this brand new video when it drops on Friday. You guys already know I need the help. YouTube hates me. Social media doesn't like me that much. They make it difficult for my videos to get out there. So please be ready to watch and share Friday at 9 a.m. I'll drop the artwork tomorrow at 9 a.m. HangoverGang.com if you want autographed albums. Join the Hangover Gang newsletter. It's pinned to the comments. I'm going to go eat ackee and saltfish.
And festival.
And what?
Festival. That's what the dumplings are called.
Festival?
Yeah.
I'm going to go cook dumplings right now. So if you don't see me next week or my video doesn't drop on Friday at 9 a.m., I burnt the fucking house down. I apologize ahead of time. If we both die in this great dumpling fire of 2020, somebody please play... Nickelback Photograph at our funeral. There won't be a dry eye in the house. I love you guys. Have a great night. This was fun. It's Hangover Gang forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I love y'all as far as the stars. Be safe, be smart, stay healthy. And if you happen to find a smile in one of your pockets or in your closet or in a drawer somewhere, wear it. There's not enough of them in the world today. 2020 has been a real motherfucker. If you can find a smile, hang on to it with your life. I love you guys. New video Friday. Talk to you soon. Peace.